Live.
Hello, hello.
We're a little late by almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's Kurt's fault.
Mine.
Welcome to the 5555
Five.
stream. Episode 555.
That's a lot in some places.
It's a lot in the streaming world.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
so how have you guys been?
Busy.
Working?
Working, and then we did some stuff for Zeke the other day that took a lot of time, like 12 hours at work time. But just he invited a friend over, and Toya thought it would be fun to do him like a live action Minecraft type of thing. So she bought a shit ton of balloons, and we filled them up, and we put them all over the living room, kitchen, dining room, and so they like would mine them, and then be like a diamond underneath it or a toy or some shit. They could take it and go play around or whatever. It took 12 hours to blow up these balloons and stick them everywhere. Like I stayed up more times than I should.
Some of them, some stuff.
That shit's too way expensive. Black Hat. Hell expensive. So I mean, even this it was just a lot of time, and she thought it was a great idea in her head, it was a great idea, and it looked amazing. She took pictures and everything. Just
Did he freeze or me freeze?
Can you hear me still?
He froze. Right?
Yeah. I can hear you. You're frozen.
What are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
you're frozen. That's all.
What the fuck is going on?
Let it go. Let it go.
I don't know why you can't even see me. What the hell?
You frozen. You're just saying.
Well,
My camera's
there-
my camera just died or some shit. What the hell?
Oh,
Oh, goody. Let me see what I can figure out here. Go back. Go ahead, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
okay. So, Kurt, did you
Yeah.
mine any Minecraft?
I can honestly say I have never played Minecraft or ever wanted to play Minecraft. It's just like it's like a game going backwards. The graphics are supposed to be top of the line.
I concur. I'm right there with you. I have yet to do any of that.
But apparently you can do a lot of crafting and mining and whatever. But
Hey, well, one guy that I interviewed said that was it Minecraft? Yeah, it was. He said Minecraft that they were putting music to his stuff and whatnot in Minecraft. And I thought,
wow.
oh, that's crazy. Yeah. So and he's got like millions of followers in Minecraft. Crazy.
Yeah, people love it. I Carson and Cassidy loved it, but I just never got into it.
I think it's sort of like I'm the same thing with like Fortnite. I don't know anything about it. I really don't.
I don't like Fortnite either. Yeah, I didn't get into that.
But yeah. So I guess we'll get into you know what?
But
I didn't even watch Batman.
I did.
I got busy and I didn't even watch it. And
I watched 5 episodes of Batman. I watched 4 episodes of the Firefly. Yeah.
Okay, so what'd you think of Batman? Because if
Batman,
I'm gonna waste my time in Batman, we better talk about it.
I don't. I mean, I guess I'm gonna say it, but it's almost like the woke generation got a hold of it. It's
Really?
Yeah.
It's that horrible? Because I knew that Penguin they changed this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't know about anything else.
Fine. I had no problem with that. It's just it's hard to explain. It's worth watching. I mean, you want to see what's going on, but it really is. It's not like. See, I remember the. I don't know. I'm bad with the Batman, but it used to come on at 4 p.m. Yeah. Hello.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Come on at 4 p.m. in the
Right.
afternoon. It was the dark one. It was with
The animated
with
series.
Mark Hamill was the Joker.
Right. Yeah.
Kevin
So
Conroy.
that's the one I like to compare him to because that was a good one. That was pretty
Well,
dark.
that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Huh.
I don't know what Chris thinks.
What'd you think about the Batman?
I tried to watch it again and I fell asleep.
Okay. I didn't even watch it, so I got busy. And
honestly,
I gotta give
I-
them, they do have different villains. It's like Clayface is one of them.
That's
well, he
cool.
was in the original.
He was in the
Firebug.
original. Please him.
But I mean, it's not ones you hear all the time. It's not
Right.
Scarecrow. It's
Well,
not.
if you watch
Joker.
Harley Quinn, they're all in there. So
Yes, they are. That's a great show too. By the way, I actually do enjoy that show.
have you watched
I've
that
never-
one, Kurt?
I've seen that one, a couple of times. Yeah,
And that
different
one's
ones.
kind of like they still do the whole change, you
Yeah.
know, their
It's
dating.
a little more risky on that one than they
Oh,
are
yeah.
on-
Yeah, they
Oh, yeah.
say a lot of f bombs.
A lot of vulgar
So
stuff.
since we don't care about the Batman, let's throw that one out. Give a shit. What'd you think of Firefly?
So the first episode was a little slow. I was like, oh no. And
Well, it's like an hour and a half long.
But
when I was-
It was long.
Yeah, but that's why I still gave it time because it was kind of hard to follow at first too. But then I got to the second episode and I started seeing what was going on. Okay, not to mention it's like everybody's in it. Like, what's her name doesn't even age. Like she looks like she does in the
Oh, in Deadpool?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Morena
Ever-
Baccarat or some shit.
but she still looks the same. And then the other dude from he plays the pirate in Dodgeball. He plays
Yeah,
Alien Resident
Mhm.
in that show. He also plays this character in the Doom Patrol. That
yes, Mr. Nobody.
yes,
We're on the season right now. So,
Who is
yeah.
it?
I was hoping you weren't. I was gonna not spoil it for you, but if you
Oh,
did,
you see that right in the beginning of the show. So it's Alan Tudyk. He plays in all
Yeah.
kinds of shit.
He's the pilot?
No, he's
Yeah.
the bad guy in this one. Oh,
no,
I'm
he's the
sorry.
pilot. He's the pilot in Firefly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Good
believe
actor.
he is also
Alright.
in Open Range.
Is he really?
Uh-huh.
I saw that there was some couple people I recognized in Open Range, like Josh Brolin,
Yeah,
of course, and some other ones.
Right. I figured that at the minute you guys watch Firefly, you're gonna go, oh, that one.
Yeah.
Jane,
Well,
you know,
even
Jane.
the other guy, the Baldwin guy, but I don't think he's a real. Is he a real Baldwin or is he just
Baldwin.
He happens to have the same last name.
I
But
think
I've
it's
seen him in
Baldwin.
many other movies. You know, he's always in other movies.
Well, because Jane, he's the Jane is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in My Bodyguard back in the day.
Okay.
If you ever remember that movie
Yeah.
in the late 70s, early 80s.
I remember that one. Yeah.
He was the bodyguard in that movie.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I only watched the first episode, so I'd seen it before, so I know. But you'll start picking up on things and whatnot. I mean, you only got to see what's her name for how long? Because you should have recognized what the girl that was in the box. I can't remember her name.
River.
She's not Serenity. The ship's Serenity.
yeah, the
Yeah.
ship is Serenity. Yeah.
I think her name is River, I think.
Yeah, that's right, River.
You're talking
'Cause she
about
played
the
in-
prostitute?
No, the
No. River is the one that was in the box.
the two
I mean, the whore.
the fugitives.
Oh, yeah.
River. She was in like the Terminator series as well.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, was she really?
And yeah, which didn't last long, but yeah. And of course, I believe she was on, Big Bang Theory as herself because they're following her around.
Makes sense.
If you ever watch that, they reference this show quite a bit in that series.
Never
Yeah.
seen it. I've heard
Yeah,
about
I
it.
mean, obviously they're kind of, I don't want to say pirates. but you'll see where
Yeah.
where,
Well, they're
where his story goes with the war and everything.
what they do is they take stuff from one planet because they got a million different, or not million, but a bunch of different Earths now, and not all of them have the resources. So they take resources from one and what do you call it? Smuggle it into another, because what is it? The Alliance is
right.
is what? Yeah,
It's kind of like a
I
one
watched-
world government.
I watched 4 episodes, so I know kind of what's going on.
What do you think, Christopher?
And also, one more thing. Ron Glass from Bonnie Miller's on it.
Yes, that's true. He's the preacher.
Yeah.
I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you brought it up because I forgot.
Yeah.
I was going to take notes and then I forgot.
Hey, Barn. I took some notes on other things we can talk about. That's about all the Disney stuff that they've announced. Actually, Carson told me, and I wrote, and I had him write it down.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that. I'll bring that up in a minute.
Yeah.
I saw 3 episodes.
So,
The first 3 episodes. I agree with Curtis. The
And-
first episode seemed very long, but I didn't mind it. I was it's old, so it's kind of hard to watch certain times. To be honest with you, what I was watching, I wasn't sure if it was coming in clear. Like when they're in space flying around, and I didn't hear anything. I was like, is it like cutting out? Is this bad editing? What the fuck is this? And so I just went with it. Said, fuck it, just keep going. And I didn't.
Space.
Well, I understand about the whole sound thing. Like you don't hear anything in space, and they kept it realistic, which is nice. But not a lot of shows or movies do that. You hear the rockets blasting or some shit, and you're like, okay, cool, whatever. So I liked it, but I wasn't expecting that. So it was interesting. But the show's not bad. A lot of people you see in shows nowadays, everybody pretty much I've seen in something else or
You're
another.
going to see a guest star here and there you're going to recognize for sure.
Oh, okay. I figured it's what
one
the
thing that
they killed. He was in with Fun with Dick and Jane, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I've never seen that guy anywhere
Was
else.
he?
And yeah, he was fighting with Dick.
Well, that was kind of stupid too. It's one thing that I was like, what? They he already shoots the girl.
Yeah.
And then they put him away in there, but they don't check his room for other guns. He's got 2 more guns and a whatever beacon,
Right.
walkie-talkie. And I'm like, okay, that kind of nobody bothered. You know what I
Fucking
mean?
noobs.
Nobody
They don't know
bothered to
what
go
they're
through his things.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that really bugged me.
For sure, there's a couple things here and there where like it's either feels rushed or they didn't have enough time to do what they were doing. Like the 3rd episode, it was building up to this really creepy ass type shit, and then like the ending just happened really quick and like, oh, we're done, let's go, bye. Like, oh shit, okay. Very well.
You can kind of gauge on, all right, they're building up to it. All right, oh, there's 10 minutes left. All right, they're wrapping it up.
Yep, exactly. But other than that, I'll keep watching it. I don't mind that at all. I am 100% more interested in Firefly, which I had no interest in before, than I do Batman. So I watch that and sit through it, and it's longer. But yeah, that's my take.
Good. Because I don't feel like watching Batman now.
No.
I don't really know if I have the time because I watched Firefly and I was at the clinic. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a nap. Do I need to watch Batman?
Batman or
And then I
Batman.
should have time.
I
I've been
understand that.
rearranging furniture and shit. So that was cool. But yeah, I'm gonna watch the next episode. Well, maybe watch the next couple. We'll see what happens, and then go from there. We can decide on another one. I don't really care.
There's like 14, I believe,
Episodes.
episodes in season 1 there
Mm-hmm.
that I seen on there.
Did you guys watch Shogun?
I do not. I know about it. Like it's on FX or whatever, but I
It's
don't.
on Hulu. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah,
I know the guy who
It's
plays
pretty
Scorpion in the new Mortal Kombat's in it. That's about it.
yeah. Wow, it's pretty. If you like early Japanese history,
Okay.
and when the Whiteys came over, to do some trade.
Damn,
Nice shirt, by
Whitey.
the way, with the whiteys and the Japanese.
Whiteys.
Hmm.
Ooh, he's chirping.
I saw
So what do you want to talk about with Disney, Kurt? Because I have questions.
You have questions or?
Well, I mean, we can
Is
watch
it the
the new
same?
Snow White trailer that I heard is getting
Well, okay,
roasted.
so they announced there's going to be a Star Wars skeleton crew.
That's already been done. They're already doing that.
And then
Uh-huh.
Andor season 2.
Which one?
Is that like
Andor?
Bad?
Oh, Endor. Yeah,
Andor.
Endor. I mean,
Oh
yeah.
god.
And you
And
got
that
the
one,
Mandalorian
yeah, that one
and Grogu.
movie,
It's not going to be It's going to be Mandalorian and Grogu.
the movie.
What else?
Movie?
Live action Lilo and Stitch,
Right,
I heard
do
about that.
and then some movie called The Hoppers. I guess the Hop In and Out of Dreams or something.
Hold on.
Incredible 3.
I want
Oh,
to keep
really?
this topical. The Hoppers. Do you think that has anything to do with the Australian breakdancer?
I don't know.
Who?
Have you not seen
I've
the
heard-
female Australian breakdancer yet?
No.
Oh my god!
Why would
Sorry,
I watch Australian breakdancing?
It's
I will.
honestly it's the only thing that's going around right now online, and it's the funniest shit I've ever seen. But sorry, continue. Then I thought I thought you
Breaking
guys
through
saw.
the electric
I have. It
boogaloo
might be. I don't know.
down under.
And
I
then
don't
there's
watch
Incredibles 3.
and that pops up everywhere, and it's fucking hilarious. They were talking shit about America and yawning at our dancing and everything, and then this lady tries to break dance, and she literally looks like a kid, like, "Mom, look at me, look at me, look at me," and she's like dragging her head on the ground, and it's just the most funniest fucking thing in the world. And she's 38 years old, and she thinks that she's a break dancer, and now the whole world has seen. You just check it out; it's fucking hilarious. I'm sure you'll bring it up eventually or not. I don't care, but it's hilarious. So we said Hopper because she dances around like a fucking kangaroo at work, no joke, and she thinks that's so funny. I don't know, but that's why I was thinking Hopper. I'm sorry, Kurt. You continue.
And then Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, knew about that.
And then I guess Avatar Fire and Ash they're gonna do again. That's gonna be a third. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Incredibles 3 actually.
What? Didn't they do like a Incredibles 3 already?
No, they
Like
did
a
2.
TV show or something? After 2, they did something.
They did
I
like
thought.
a short, maybe a short,
Maybe.
but it wasn't a full animated film or whatever.
I'm interested in Daredevil. That's Daredevil.
Well, Daredevil's been written already because the first ones,
So man,
Grant and stuff.
Sorry, you said the fucking dancer. Sorry,
I don't know, I forgot what I was saying. Thanks, Grant.
you said that Daredevil has been rewritten.
Oh yeah. So Daredevil's was redone because I guess it was really bad. So they scrapped it and rewrote it.
You know, going back to Firefly, you know what it reminds me of is that Dark Matter. Remember that
Kind
show?
of, huh?
Yeah.
You know, and I was gonna bring that up. You know, do you remember when Sci-Fi used to have all those different shows? You know, because there was another show on there. Remember where all those aliens were on there and they're coexisted with Earth and
Like
and that one girl who was on Dexter's girlfriend, she was on there, and she left.
Yeah,
Do you
I
remember?
remember the name, but I remember you. It was also around
and
the
what's
time
his name?
we
I
would
think
watch
was on it. Too.
like
What's his name was in it too.
something almost human, not almost human. It was
No.
Humans or something like that.
I remember Humans, but
But
that was
it was
different.
around that time, right? We were watching. I think.
Right before
Yeah.
that, I think.
Is it that
What's the
alien
name
show?
of the?
They were bald, but they
What?
had like painted hair on them or some shit like that.
I'm trying to think. There was a few different ones, and I'm trying to think.
I know it's really old, like 80s, 90s.
What? There was an actor. He plays the red. Black Widow movie. He plays on there. I can't remember his name. Yeah,
Harper.
I don't know what his real name is.
Yeah.
David Harbour. So I
Thank
think
you.
he was in that show, if I'm not correct.
Yeah, I didn't mind him as Hellboy. I know not people liked it.
He was in Suicide Squad. I didn't know that.
Really?
That's what it says.
Oh.
Banshee, The End of the Watch, Green Hornet, Violent Night, Equalizer. He's in quite a bit. Let's see if I can figure this out. Maybe Grant should be the person behind the freaking.
Right? Stage manager.
Well, because Carson isn't doing anything.
Except for
Maybe he's not
listening.
in it. I don't know.
He's like the one
Anyway.
person listening.
Huh?
Carson's like the one person listening, probably, if there is anybody.
Grant's listening.
Grant, yeah.
So, let's see here real quick. All right, you ready for this teaser trailer?
Ooh, yeah. Let's do it.
All right, give me 1 second.
You guys hear about Mattel?
What happens
This is
in
a
the
joke.
hotel?
Go ahead.
Apparently, the success of Barbie or whatever, so they got like 10 different toys that they're turning into movies, like Hot Wheels and Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and Barney is going to be another one, like an actual live action Barney, not taking care of children or watching children, but 30-year-olds to teach us how to deal with life, because we haven't gotten there yet, because we're still dealing with shit. And then they're going to make a Uno movie and shit. It's going to be interesting. Not really looking forward to any.
Maybe
of it,
they
but
should do a real like G.I. Joe movie or
They have.
Right.
Something
Warmers,
like
like actually legit, keeping to the story.
that. No, a real one, a good one. The other one, they ain't the way it's supposed to be.
No, I know.
Keeping to the story too. None of it actually makes sense to what the old movie or show was like. Even the Beast Wars they butchered. It was not fucking good. I didn't like it at all.
All right, well,
Let's do it.
try this.
In a world.
If I can.
In a world where danger comes around all corners.
Didn't work, did it?
No.
Let's see.
Did it work?
Not yet.
Not
I'm
yet.
gonna have them do it.
It worked. No. Yes,
Did
it
you-
worked. All right.
So I guess it's us now again.
Just
Right.
us again.
You know, I got Toya to watch a movie the other night.
Which
We
movie?
watched the original Crow movie.
Oh, nice.
It's the remake's coming out. I told her, I was like, before we see the remake, you have to see the original since you have not seen it. And she said that she saw it when she was a kid or bits and pieces, but she never understood it. And I was like, that makes sense. Every time I've seen it later on, I don't understand or see. So we were
Yeah.
watching, and she had questions and like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Thinking too logically on certain things. And I'm like, you just need to let it go. You guys coming back to life out of nowhere. So like, shit doesn't make sense sometimes.
Yeah.
But she liked it. But she is very, very excited for the remake. So I hope they don't butcher it. Like, I know what they're doing this for the most part, but I hope they don't.
Well,
Whatever.
just go in it, look, thinking they are. That way, if they don't, you're like, yes.
That's true.
But
You're
if
going,
you go
oh,
in
they're gonna
thinking
fuck
about-
this shit up.
yeah, if you go in thinking like it's gonna be awesome, and then you're let down, you're like, oh.
Yeah, that's
But-
true. Either way, I mean, whatever.
Because
I'll not.
They always seem to mess up the cart if they're taking it from one thing to another. It never, not always, but most of the time it doesn't come out
Yeah.
like it, like
Apparently-
you wanted.
It's a new look on the actual story of Eric Draven Crow. So
Yeah.
we will see.
Hey, Chris. Want to hear a joke
Curtis,
that I made up? That I made up.
Made up a joke.
All right, here we go. What are Michael Jackson's pronouns?
I don't know.
Hee hee. I made that up. I swear. Or at least I think I
I swear to God, if you don't look it up on Google, I made it up.
might.
That's a good one.
He's been telling us all this time.
Whole time. I go by.
It would work better if I can say it in a high, like he does it. Like that, but I can't. It doesn't.
Very, very topical top, by the way. Very in with the times. You're so woke.
Yes.
Do they get to you too, like Batman?
Yeah.
Fucking
Batman.
Cape Crusader.
They should have just made a Batwoman or Batgirl.
Honestly,
Or something.
I think that's my biggest problem with it is I'm just tired of another Batman show. It's just another thing of the explaining the whole thing all over. I don't care. Like if it's better to be a Batwoman or Batgirl, that's intriguing. That's something different. You know, maybe have a Batman cameo. But there's so many other bad guys out there too. They're just focused on these other ones, and I know what they're saying. They changed them a bit, but I don't care. Like it's just, I'm done with all of it. Just like a new Batman movie, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah. Pretty much goes for any of the shows nowadays. They're all just remakes and add-ons, you know.
Yeah, unless honestly, if they made a Batman show like they did with, like, say, Smallville or Superman or whatever, it might be more interesting to see because you have to go through a bunch of different bad guys and have a bunch of different storylines, as well as dealing with life shit that we're all dealing with right now. That might be interesting, but I really, as much as I hate to say it, because I'm a big superhero nerd, I think the superhero kind of died down around TV and movies.
What did you think of the Titans show?
We actually just finished that. We watched that the whole show before Doom Patrol because I wanted her to see that before we got into Doom Patrol. I loved
I
it.
did it
Still,
the other way around. I did it the other way around, and the only thing we really was confusing is that Beast Boy's not in Doom Patrol.
thank you. It's the only weird crossover that doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, and then you got what's his name? I forgot his name. The robot, half guy. He's
Cyborg.
not in Cyborg, or he is in. Yeah, he is in Titans, right?
He's in Doom Patrol, but he's not in Titans. He's
That's
supposed
right.
to be in the cartoon
Yeah,
in live action.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. But I liked Titans. The storyline was decent. Oh shit!
Here we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all's are
No echo?
no echo.
All right, so I'm on my phone because apparently
What?
Yeah.
What?
So I wanted to can I not do it on my phone? Private chat, mail, done, fine.
What else did I watch? Yeah, Evil Dead Rise. I watched that too. Stupid movie.
I guess I can't do that on here.
The YouTube thing.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it doesn't do me no preset, like a presents or whatever the hell it is.
What were you trying to look for?
I was trying to play the trailer for Snow White,
No, what?
but it will not let me.
Are you fucking serious?
Is it 2025 or 2024 one?
Well, just go to Walt Disney Studios. It'll show you.
From where? From
From YouTube.
Wow. Wait a minute.
Ah. Okay. I think I can.
Sam, hey. Damn it, Bobby.
Okay.
Find it?
Yeah, but I don't know. How do I do it? Is it go to window or
Preset at the bottom.
go to what?
Present.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm into there. I'm into the part where it says there's a Chrome tab, window, entire screen mode.
Uh huh.
Now, how do I get it to window?
Click on it.
The Chrome tab should have your YouTube right in there.
Yeah, I got it there, but I play it and it's not coming up for you guys to. Let's see.
Screen sharing with Kim. Oh, that's my side. Never
Yeah,
mind.
preset and then screen share.
Didn't work, did it? Is it working?
Not yet. Because once you go to share, you gotta push it and then you can play it. But we don't even see it at the moment. So
So it shows on the bottom here, but I can't click on it.
That's funny too, because when I click on it, it brings it up at the bottom, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's
Does it-
all.
it's not sharing for you guys.
It's as far as the share as it gets.
I can't bring it up to the big screen and have us sit to the side.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I don't.
'Cause I can see it's ready to play. It's just I
Yeah.
can't. Hold on, I'm gonna get my tech to help me. All right, tell me.
Just hide the camera.
Who is it? Come on.
I'm telling you. I can't hear.
Stay with me, Rachel. Call anyone, Rachel. Stay with us. Carson. Carson. Wow.
He can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Wow. We're all gone. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes that you want all the apple pie. Carson. I know.
Yes,
Did you say?
We
Can't
can't
help
figure it. Not
Uh-oh.
working.
Wait,
Hey, brother.
I just saw. Hold on.
Big
Huh.
Burger Skulls coming back.
Give me a second.
1, 2. I'm calling on you. Come on.
Nope. I didn't do it.
I did something to my shit. Hey, you're bigger than you used to be.
Danny has to do it. Oh, the host needs to add us.
I did, didn't I?
I don't know.
You're a horse of a different color.
Damn, allergies.
Silly allergies.
I need to add you like how? What do you mean?
Here, come here. Come over
Yeah,
here.
come here, Carson.
So after he says it, you need to add it to the stage, Danny.
You know, you have to speak into the mic.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
So after you need to add it to the stage.
Adam,
Somebody's stage.
Where you need to add it to the stage.
I couldn't hear over your mustache. What was that?
He said he couldn't hear over your mustache.
What did you say?
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that. Holy shit.
Look at that.
There we go.
Carson, you so smart.
He's so smart.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
Get back into it somehow.
Thank you, cutie.
How do I get back into it?
Carson's so smart.
Oh, thank you.
He's so smart. This is
No.
legit.
Yeah, and now make it bigger. Kurt.
You're a good
Right.
boy.
Are you gonna make it bigger?
Yeah.
I guess not.
So whistle while you
Beautiful.
work. Whistle while you work. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
Andy?
I'm confused.
Snow White and the Seven Little People?
Most people
Well,
have
they-
no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical products.
No.
Amazon's other company, Audible, pays me $8,000 to $10,000 every single month in passive income, and I'm not the only one. People like Katrina.
Skip. There you go.
Sorry, I had to get rid of it. I didn't see any elves or whatever. Dwarves, did you?
Thank God.
No?
Dwarves.
What's that?
I saw them walking on the thing, but that's about it. No close-ups.
Because that was the big thing is they weren't even looking like dwarves, right?
Right. They didn't get
But
dwarves to play him.
So they got like
Yeah.
a bunch of people the same size as mom.
yeah, basically. So
Right,
I don't know.
Above Hobbit.
I'm not too sure why it's getting roasted online,
No, it didn't
but
look,
apparently
look like the cartoon.
The dress
maybe that's.
code.
I wonder.
The movie they remade was exactly like the fucking cartoon too, and I heard Ariel was almost the same way. Besides the actress.
I didn't watch it, so I can't.
Or at least seen half of it.
What?
Ariel.
Oh, I didn't see it at all. Toya and her mom went to go see it and they liked it, but I heard it was the same story as the original. So
Well, it's going to be. So
I mean, like even if you've seen like say Aladdin and Lion King, they're not exactly like the cartoon whatsoever. They've changed a lot. But if you watch Beauty and the Beast, the old cartoon to the remake they made a couple years ago, it's dead on exactly the same fucking movie. It's like they didn't change anything. They may have added 2 songs in there, but everything is literally word for word. It's like, why'd you even do it? You could have done your own interpretation instead, like everybody else does.
Push the magic to the test.
don't know.
Magic.
Don't know.
Snow White's getting a 3rd or 7th remake, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just another live action. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna do anything. Nobody's gonna go see it. So
Hell, Snow
It's
White.
not a good-
Decent. I like that one.
I can't even remember that one either.
The
So-
second one was way better even than the first one because it had nothing to do with Kristen Stewart, which was Snow White, by the way, that wasn't believable.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it too. Is nobody's gonna see this because for one, nobody likes the girl who's playing Snow White. Can't remember her name, but apparently she don't get saved by a man in this one. So I don't know what that means.
Ooh.
Oh, another woman.
She doesn't need a man to save her.
Woman power, they don't need no man.
A woke person.
We're not
Whatever.
mansplaining. Saying what it is.
In Snow White, there's a prince, so whatever. If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right.
Just
But-
the way the story's written.
So another thing on that D23 that came out, they were talking about parks, right? So they're gonna do an expansion at Disney World or either World or Land. They're putting like a villains part in it,
That's cool.
and so I guess it's been in the works for a while, and it just now confirmed because Universal's going to tear them apart. I don't know if you've seen what's going on at Universal, but they got the whole different lands going on. Super Mario Brothers,
Oh
Harry
yeah.
Potter Land, How to Train Your Dragon, the Universal part, and then Universal Monsters, and then there's one more, I think.
Transformers.
But anyway, they've already been testing drones for how to train your dragon, as in real dragon drones, and they're flying around. Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
so that was pretty crazy, So I don't know how Disney's gonna do all this. They're supposed to do a Marvel Avengers land. They're supposed to go where Disney California Adventure is somewhere over there. I don't really know. Yeah. Over by the Hollywood part. I can't remember what was over there.
Area.
Yeah, I think the Muppets was actually over there, and some sort of.
Well, I know they
I've
changed. They
been a
changed
while.
Tower to the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, so that might be
Right.
kind of where they're like just gonna pick up off of that. So they got
And
right now
then-
Star Wars land, and that's not even that big. It's nothing to
And they're-
talk about.
Yeah, I heard they're changing Star Tours again.
And that's
So,
the
I mean-
weird thing too. Star Tours is in Space Mountain area, but space like Star Wars Land is at the complete opposite end of the park.
Yeah.
They should
Well, I
just
heard it's
transfer, not even have it
it's
there
not even
anymore.
a real Millennial Falcon from, our era. So I heard it's a different one. So, what good is that?
I went there last year and found out how much a lightsaber was and left.
Probably the one off the new movies.
Yeah,
Millennium Falcon.
I think it's a new one.
They call it Ray's.
Rey's.
Millennium
Which is not going to fly. I'll tell you that right now.
Falcon. But it flies.
It's a spaceship.
I don't know. We'll see.
She got it off the ground, remember?
There was like 23 things that were mentioned And I think a lot of those are the movies, you know. So we shall see. I would play more trailers, but I can't do anything apparently.
Try what I'll see if
You
you
sure did, didn't you? Or was that Kurt?
That was great.
They're sharing as a friend.
Yeah, Sharon is a friend. Let's see. If I can do anything.
My keyboard's all fucked up. Otherwise, I'd try. When I fucked up my camera and microphone, something happened to my keyboard. So I'm just gonna sit here and stare at you guys. How are you? I went to the lake today. It was nice. I think Denny froze up. What was that? You, Kurt? So back to our conversation. Yeah, so Titans was good. We watched Doom Patrol. We're watching Doom Patrol now. We're almost done with the first season. You do hear me, right? Or am I talking to myself?
I'm trying to get this.
Okay, no, it's good. As long as I know I'm not talking to myself the whole time. I was about to ask the audience, ladies and gentlemen, please comment if I am talking to myself. You actually did freeze up. You actually did.
Can you see this?
No, sir. Got to share something.
Hold on.
Every
Mr.
time?
Muppet, please come back. Help us.
Oh, Jimmy, I think you have to add me every time.
Jimmy, back again.
Yeah, you have to add me every time I try to do a video. I'll try not to.
Here we go. Here
Well, that
we
doesn't
go.
make any sense. Why do I gotta add you every time?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Is it full screen for you guys?
Go ahead.
No. Yeah.
Oh, they actually have a trailer.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is? I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
You just
Be careful
Dr.
where you step.
Jones.
We're lost. Really lost.
It is dangerous out there in space. Trust no
What
one.
the hell was that?
You're a Jedi.
Who is it?
Some Jedi we're supposed to know?
Lucky number 7. 7 days of the week. 7 wonders.
Huh. Wonder why I can't do that.
Got like a Battle of Endor vibe out of it.
I think I got a kids show out of it.
Yeah, that's what I got. Which is fine. They need to cater to their fucking clientele.
I'll have to watch it again on later if I can watch it on full screen.
The robot looked like it was the robot from Rogue One.
Was it?
I don't know.
When
It
does
looked
it
like
take place? You know?
that was Alan Tudyk's robot.
All right, I got
When
another one.
When does it take place?
That's a good question.
You know, I don't know, but you know, Carson would know. I
Mr. Carson.
think he said. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Age manager.
Carson, I know you're listening. I hope you're listening. Uh-oh.
It's me.
Okay.
Oh, so when did it take place? The Skeleton Crew. What's the time?
What's?
Oh,
Oh, I just
Wait.
saw this.
want to see this one already?
What is it? Mufasa?
Yeah.
I've seen it, but you know how this is new.
Yeah, you can go ahead. That's fine. Okay, here. I got the timeline for that Skeleton Crew. Star
Okay.
Wars Skeleton Crew is set approximately 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
5
Five?
years after Return of the Jedi.
It's 5 years. Skeleton Crew is confirmed to be set 5 years after the Return of the Jedi, joining the likes of the Mandalorian, the Boba Fett, and Ashoka, and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't know all those were set 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so that's nice to know.
All right, here we go.
Got it.
This story begins far beyond the mountain.
Am I frozen?
Let it go.
A lion was born without a drop of nobility in his blood. A lion who would change our lives forever. Mufasa.
I thought Scar was his brother.
The earth will
So if he doesn't have no mobility, neither does Scar,
await you.
right?
I mean,
Unless Mufasa isn't his real brother, or Scar isn't his real brother.
which definitely gives Scar a reason to be bad, evil against fucking Mufasa.
Yeah.
Why do you?
Maybe.
I don't.
I guess.
Blue Ivy Carter. Who's that?
I have no idea.
That's not Kanye's
Probably.
kid.
Kid. I don't know. I probably won't go see that. So
Yeah. Not.
Oops, sorry.
As I'm in the midst of the
Wrong one.
is that the official trailer from where?
Wait, this is real?
You wanted to come this time.
From the Disney
You were gone forever.
It was 3 days.
Where are we going?
Before Maui stole Tifiti's heart, our ancestors wanted to connect our island to all the people of the entire ocean. It's my job as a wayfinder to finish what they started.
You wanna show our people just how far we'll go.
This is a call from the ancestors.
Hidden in a terrible storm, it's an ancient island. Setting foot on its sands would break the curse, bring our people together again.
I know what I have to do. Maui, I could really use your help.
Isn't that The Rock?
Can I get a chee-hoo?
You will be destroyed, and your wayfinder too.
Now I kind of miss the lava monster. Ow! Ow!
What if you don't come back?
I'll be back. I promise.
Do I hear people?
Those aren't people. Kakamora. You guys, we got this. Bring it on, Coco. Nuts.
Is that Joel?
Okay.
Well,
All right.
I'm not going to the movies to see that.
Nah,
I'll probably watch it at home. You know,
there's some and all, but okay.
Let's see.
do they have Incredible 3 footage at all?
Let me check here. Nope, not yet. Oh, that's that. Never mind. There's a Beach Boys movie coming out.
Yeah, I heard something like that.
You want to see that trailer?
Is it real?
It's on the Disney YouTube channel. Pinocchio 2. Oh, no, just Pinocchio. Did they make another Pinocchio?
So, do you guys go see Borderlands or anything?
It's out.
Not
That
yet.
movie?
I want to see it.
I heard it's horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah, it's supposed to be horrible.
That's what I heard. I don't know anything about it, so I can't really say anything about it. I don't even know anything about the game. I've never played the game,
I never played
so I
it.
can't.
I played the games, but according to what Carson heard, it's horrible.
Yeah. Toya's friend.
They spent all the money on paying Kevin Hart to play the movie.
Toya's friend's husband is like knows all about it apparently, and I was talking to him, and it's none of it is at all in comparison to the game whatsoever. So I can only expect it not being good. Although, you know, maybe the comic relief, that's why they got these people to do it, so it would be funny, so people would watch it. But I didn't even know it was out.
I didn't either. Well, no, I knew it was out. I thought that it looked all right. You know, I didn't know anything about it, but they were trying to make it like the actors and stuff in it aren't correct. You know, as far as their what things that are going on.
Thank you, Grant. Apparently that person that was on that Mufasa movie is the child that I asked who was that. That is Jay-Z and Beyonce's daughter.
Yeah, I'd seen that. I wonder how she got the part.
Yeah.
Her mouth, because of singing. Ooh. I almost didn't cover myself with all that one. Phew. It wouldn't be anything else. Singing, Lil John. Singing, I swear. I saw Trap over the weekend. That's my newest
It's a
one.
drop.
It's a drop. And it was disappointing.
What is it?
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And it's the story is about a serial killer in a concert, and they're there to trap him, so he's trying to get out, blah, blah, blah. It was like, and you know all this pretty fucking fast in the movie. And honestly, I'm still to this day, I don't even know what the twist was in the movie. It was just not good towards the end. I didn't care.
Huh.
Like I remember everything in it, but it's just like I lost interest in it halfway through, and then when they come, I felt trapped when I was watching it. Like I gotta finish this. Like, I gotta make it through this. I gotta see what happens. Like, because it's an M. Night Shyamalan. You're expecting, even to this day, as much as people hate him, you're expecting some kind of fucking twist, even though if it's stupid, which a lot of people think it is. You're expecting one. I didn't get a feeling of a twist, so I'm like, I don't know what happened. Like, is this just a flat out, straight up, this is the movie, or did I miss the twist? Right?
The twist was there was no twist.
It's the twist. But definitely left it open for a sequel. I won't ruin it for anybody, but yeah, that's as much as I'll say.
Oh, maybe it was a trap.
It was all a trap.
A money trap.
Yeah.
Just watch a movie. Like I don't know who played the musician that this concert was based off of, but it kind of seemed like her character was based off of like an Ariana Grande type of musician.
Huh.
And she was actually singing actual music that they wrote for this movie, so like they really put some time and effort into like making the song, making these like lyrics and all that shit. So I can understand that, and that's really a lot of work, but it just what a waste of all that work. Like you could have put it into something else, and I was expecting more. And even with M. Night Shyamalan, I know a lot of people don't like him, but I was expecting more.
Huh. That didn't tell me anything.
No, and good, because you guys can watch it. I will admit, though, Josh Hartnett did a decent job. I could believe that he was going crazy, and he was playing the serial killer in it. It's just you don't see him in a lot of things these days, so I didn't even know if he was really still acting. But he did show off some acting credentials that was pretty good. So give it to him.
Okay. We're gonna see if this if I can get it back on the computer. So I'm gonna remove myself. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
The talking sphere is gone.
Talking sphere. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
See. What else was coming on? Man, we went to the lake today, the Folsom Lake off of Brown's Ravine. That's what I was telling you about, that thing that one time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems like it because of how much is fucking missing from the lake. I think they use our lake for all the fires that go on around here in California.
But only if it's close by. Say if it's within distance, yeah, they will.
Like Oroville or Chico, is that within distance, or would they go to Oroville?
It depends where if the fire's in Chico and Oroville, they're going to Oroville.
I would think that our lake is depleting so much.
Yeah, they're probably letting water out of the dam down, so that hopefully when the snow melts, that they're thinking that it won't overflow. At least that's usually what
they do. This
Folsom Lake, right? You're talking.
Yeah.
So you'll probably notice you go down the river or down the dam. If you look, it's probably full because it goes into the Thomas Lake. So they'll let it out there at the fish hatchery. And then if you know, you'll probably notice that American River is probably full. They're probably running fast now.
I haven't. I don't drive
Neither
over.
do I, but you'll probably notice that if you go, and then you'll notice the Sacramento River is probably higher. Normally when they let water out of the dam, it's usually the rivers are full.
Okay.
Welcome back to River Talk. We talk about all lakes and rivers.
All lakes and rivers all day.
Am I frozen?
No. More like Frozen
Can you hear
2.
me?
Oh.
I'm frozen. Let it go.
Let it go. The thing's moving in the background.
All right, so let's see if I can share this. Probably not, but the minute I do, it's probably gonna friggin'. Just do it. Do it.
Yeah, it's okay. Just share it with
Nike.
D23 2024. And as we expect, they've announced Disney movies and also original series coming to Disney Plus as well. So we've got a lot to discuss. If we do, be sure to subscribe down below, hit that notification bell as well to stay up to date with all the latest news coming out of D23 here on the channel. And also, I'd like to say a special thanks to the official Waltneer Club over on Patreon for always supporting the channel. But anyways, with all that being said, let's begin with Walt Disney Animation Studios, as the next movie to be released later on this year is Moana 2, which arrives in theaters on November 27th. And as part of this presentation, we've got a brand new trailer for Moana 2. And this confirms that the sequel is actually set 3 years after the events of the first movie that came out in 2016. And now Moana is a big sister to her 3-year-old little sister called Samir, which is this character that you can see here in the trailer footage now. And as part of the presentation, we got further clarification over the plot and synopsis for this movie, and it's going to follow Moana as she receives a call from her ancestors, and she'll then have to set out on another journey to the far seas of Oceania, into dangerous, long-lost waters, sailing to an ancient island to then be able to break the curse and connect all the islands together once again through her wayfindings. That's the synopsis. It's similar in a way to Restoring the Heart of Te-Fiti from the original movie, but obviously it's expanding the Moana universe in many ways to these other islands. It was also said that there's going to be a whole new cast of villains that Moana has to overcome, and Kakamora is going to be one of those villains, but there's going to be new adversaries for her to overcome there. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who's reprising the role of Maui, also stated that the biggest villain in many ways is the storm of all storms that Moana has to sail through. So that's something to keep an eye out for there. Auli E. Cavallio was also on stage. She gave a performance of one of the songs from Moana.
So Moana, we already knew that though, right? We watched the trailer.
Yeah. See that.
Get out of here. Oh yeah, there's
more Nada. That was the other one, yeah, Zootopia 2.
Oh, finally.
That's Zootopia 2, and it'll be arriving in theaters November
2025.
And this will see Jennifer Goodwin, Jason Bateman, and Idris Elba reprise all of their roles for the movie. But Zootopia 2 is going to be set around trying to track down this new reptile character called Gary. And this character is going to be voiced by Academy Award winner.
Right, you trying to find out who it is? Huh?
Come on, Gary.
He Kwan from obviously Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh.
What? Who?
fame
Is that the
there,
guy from
and obviously
Indiana
Indiana Jones and Loki as well.
Dr. Jones.
Okay, round.
And they also showed a very brief snippet of footage from Zootopia 2, and it showed Nick and Judy in a new part of town called Marsh Market. There wasn't much more given away about the synopsis of the movie, but it's going to be centered around tracking down this character of Gary.
Yes.
Gary. Gary.
Gary the Snake.
We don't know anything else about the plot at this time.
That Inside Out too? No. What is that?
Yeah. Or no,
Then
3. I
the
think
next
it's 3.
thing to talk about is actually 2026 in terms of Walt Disney Animation, because that was when Frozen 3 was originally set to come out. But they did talk about Frozen 3. We actually got this new piece of concept art for Frozen 3, and Frozen 3 is now actually being pushed back another year to November 24th, 2027. Instead of it coming out in November of 2026.
Just let it go.
Another Frozen
Let
movie.
it go.
That's when it's being pushed back to. And they said that
Just
they're
let it
developing a story
snow.
that's so big that is probably going to need to be told over 2 installments. So Frozen 3 and Frozen 4 are kind of being worked on side
What?
by side. That might be the reason why they're delaying it a little bit longer to kind of work on both of these stories at the same time. But it is interesting that we don't know what they got scheduled for November 2026 in terms of the Walt Disney Animation Studios slate at this time. So keep an eye out for that. They might announce it next year as we get closer. Then we've got Pixar Animation. There was a lot announced here. Now, I want to begin with some Disney Plus news, as there's a brand new series that's going to be coming out later on next year, and it's called Dream Productions, which you can probably guess already. It's an Inside Out spin-off series, which is going to be set between the events of Inside Out 1 and Inside Out 2.
You guys
And
guess that?
it's centered around the production studio, Dream Productions,
No,
within the
I thought it was
mind of
good, though.
Riley, where, you know, all the dreams are created. So it'll be interesting to see if it's a workplace comedy.
I think he's going to say comedy.
It's raining out pretty hard.
Hearing.
It's raining at my house.
Or something like that.
Yeah,
and
rain.
how abstract they go with a lot of these
It looks like it's gonna
concepts
rain.
for the episodes, because obviously it's dreams. So they've got a
Yeah, you're
lot to
right.
explore here within this series. So that's coming out later on next year on Disney Plus in 2025. And then later on this year, actually December 6th, Win or Lose, which is a original Pixar series, which is going to be coming to Disney Plus. And at long last, we've got the trailer for this series, and this is going to be following a co-ed middle school softball team called the Pickles in the week leading up to their big
A co-ed baseball team called the Pickles.
championship game. And each one of the 20-minute episodes, there's 8 in total, is going to be following a different character in the exact same week. So it's a unique.
So
My name is
I don't
Lucy,
understand.
and I have to figure out who I am.
Sorry, do we know each other? Don't think so.
You sure? I think I'd seen you somewhere.
Premise or concept for
we
the
can
series,
there
as
was no
each one
co-ed.
of the stories in a way will overlap and give more clues to the holistic storytelling that they're doing within the series. So that's coming out later on this year on Disney Plus. And then we come to the movie side of things for Pixar. And the first thing we're going to talk about is Elio, which is coming out June 13th, 2025. Now, there's been some big production changes to this movie. Well, the first one being that when it was initially released, it was going to be directed by Adrian Molina, who was the co-director and co-writer of Coco. But now the project is said to be steered and directed by Dom Shi, who is the director of.
Is that your rain that I'm hearing?
Turning Red instead. So
Can you hear
that's
it?
one of the big production changes. And then the other one is that Zoe Saldana is replacing America Ferrara.
I don't even know what's going on because this damn thing. Let's pause it for a second. What's this called?
Video.
Is this still Bros versus Hoes? Win or lose?
as the voice of Elio's art in the movie. So some big production changes there. Whenever I hear
Why is it gonna
production
pass?
changes on this kind of scale, it does concern me a little bit that like maybe the production has floundered in their direction of what they want to do with the storytelling, and that might affect the end product. But I remain cautiously optimistic because I want original movies at Pixar to do well. Obviously, sequels have their place. We've just seen Inside Out 2 make $1.5 billion, but I really do want to see Pixar go in new directions with original movies. And speaking of which, they've got a new original movie that they announced as well, which is called Hoppers, and
This
it's
is
going to be coming
John
out in March of 2026. And no, not that Hoppers that you can see here, not Hopper from A Bug's Life, but
What is it?
in actual fact, they've given a premise for this movie, and just follow along with me here, as this is a bit of a wild premise, but this is going to follow a young girl called Mabel, who somehow transfers her mind into a robot beaver to then infiltrate their animal kingdom. And she winds up befriending a regal beaver called King George, and uniting the animals in their fight against the local mayor, who plans to destroy their home and develop the land that they call home into new property developments. So that's the story, or the plot synopsis for this movie. It's a bit wacky and out there, but then again, that's kind of what we expect from Pixar. The character of King George is going to be voiced by Saturday Night Live alum Bobby Moynihan, and the villain of the movie, the local mayor, is going to be voiced by Mad Men star John Hamm. So that's Hoppers. It's coming out March 2026. And then also in 2026, June 19th, 2026 to be precise, Toy Story 5 will arrive in theaters. And this is being directed by Andrew Stanton, who directed Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, WALL-E, has been a co-writer on all of the Toy Story movies. So it's in good hands from that kind of perspective. And he said that this new movie is going to be toys meet tech, or toys versus tech. And this will see Woody, Buzz, Jessie, all the gang reunite together. Even after the events of Toy Story 4, we'll see Woody and Buzz back together again. And it will center around the toys competing with technology for the affection and the attention of their kids who used to play with them. And it was also said that there's going to be like 50 commemorative Buzz Lightyear toys within the movie somehow. And they're going to have some sort of malfunction where they're going to be stuck in play mode. So that's probably going to be a comedic gag being used throughout the whole movie as well. But not much more was given in terms of details on Toy Story 5. I personally think this plot synopsis is much stronger than the plot synopsis we had with Toy Story 4, which went all over the place in terms of splitting up Woody and Buzz and the gang of toys, and instead bringing them back together in this movie to overcome technology now competing for many children's attention. And so with that premise, I am hopeful that this kind of rounds out a franchise in a much better way than personally what I thought Toy Story 4 did. So Toy Story 3, I think, was the point to stop. But if they're going to tell this story, this might be able to be a good way to cap off the franchise with Toy Story 5. And the last thing that Pete Docter, the president of Pixar, spoke about is that Incredibles 3 is currently in development at Pixar. There weren't any details yet released for the movie, except for Brad Bird, who obviously directed Incredibles, and Incredibles 2 is set to return and direct this third installment of Incredibles 3. It hasn't got any sort of release date yet, but if I was to guess, I bet it's probably going to be that time slot of June 18th, 2027 for Incredibles 3. Then we move into Walt Disney Studios news, and I'm just going to briefly go over a lot of this stuff because we got announcements but not much in the way of detail. And the first thing is that Lilo and Stitch, the live action version of that, is coming out next summer, which is likely going to be May 23rd, 2025. And we've got our first look at live action Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, which we can see here in this footage. Not much more was shown, obviously, of the... We didn't get any sort of teaser trailer, but the fact that we've got this now and it's coming out next year, I expect a teaser trailer to come out later on this year sometime. Then it was also announced that Freakier Friday, which is the sequel to Freaky Friday, the movie...
Friday.
The one that was...
game.
With Jamie Lee Curtis.
You're not ready for it.
Lohan too.
Yeah. No. The one that I was Jamie Curtis when I was a kid was actually
from 2003 is going to see Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis reprise their roles 22 years later. and this was next year, but actually it's coming to theaters in 2025. I'm kind of surprised about that. I thought it might just go straight to Disney Plus, but Freaky Friday is apparently arriving in theaters next year. There was also an announcement of a movie called Monster Jam, which is starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and it's a movie about monster trucks. No more details are really given, except that announcement there.
That might be cool.
And then also, we've received our first trailer for Snow White, which is coming out March 21st, 2025 in theaters. And I've got to say, if you look at this footage right here that you can see, I think the art direction is actually very faithful to the classic animated feature, Walt Disney's first animated feature. And the fact it looks like it's staying very faithful to the art direction of the animated classic gives me more hope for this movie in terms of, you know, it's not going to try to do anything
really
crazy in
animated
terms of the
dwarves.
story. Obviously, we don't know what it's going to be like yet, but just judging from the trailer, I've got to say that I am cautiously optimistic about Snow White coming out in 2025. I wasn't before, but that trailer has actually got me to the point where I'm now cautiously optimistic and actually looking forward to seeing the movie in 2025. But then again, Pinocchio was fairly faithful to the original art direction as well, and I didn't really enjoy that movie that much. And these live-action remakes, in my opinion, need to stop, but they make a lot of money, or they have in the past, and so it is what it is. They're going to continue to do. And then the next thing that they announced was Tron Ares, which we've obviously known about for quite a while, but it's coming out next October 10th, 2025, and this saw Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters come to the stage, along with the dude himself, Jeff Bridges, come to the stage as well. And it was announced that Tron Ares will feature the characters. Instead of staying within the digital world, they're going to be going out into the real world in some way. And also sticking with the tradition of, you know, Daft Punk did the music for Tron Legacy back in 2010. This time around, it's got Nine Inch Nails composing the music for Tron Ares. So that's another announcement they made there as well. And then lastly, in terms of Walt Disney Studios productions, we've got Mufasa, The Lion King, which is coming out on December 20th, 2024. Some of the music is being composed by Lin-Manuel Miranda, obviously Hamilton, Moana, and Encanto fame. And they also had Lee Boem perform one of the songs from the movie, which, if you're not familiar with Lee Boem, he performed the intro for Circle of Life from the 1994 animated classic. And this movie follows the story of Mufasa and his brother Scar, or back then as he was known, Taka, and how they became brothers. Now, personally, where I stand on this, we've got a trailer for this, and you're seeing some of this footage right now, but like, I saw the 2019 version of The Lion King, and it was fine, but like, I don't know who was asking for a prequel to The Lion King. Personally, I think a sequel would have made more sense, as they've already done that in the animated movies, so they could have just done that. But I don't know if it's got much buzz or hype around it, but we'll see. It's coming out, obviously, just before Christmas of this year, and so that's going to be Disney's big release this holiday season, basically. And then next year, Christmas in 2025, for their big holiday release then, we've got Avatar 3. And James Cameron, the director of Avatar, did come to the stage, and he said that the movie's name, the Avatar 3, is going to be titled Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Did you know that?
And he added that it's going to be going to new cultures.
Do you know
What was that? What?
The main guy in Avatar.
The channel. But anyways, with all that being said, let's begin with Walt Disney Animation Studios.
In Avatar, you know, what's his name? He's the main guy. He was the cripple guy who turned into Avatar.
Yeah.
You know who's supposed to be who was supposed to have that part originally?
Who?
Matt Damon.
Oh, really?
He had to turn it down because he was filming. Yeah, because he was filming.
We bought a zoo.
Born Identity 3. So he had to turn it down.
Oh shit!
But that's why he's in Avatar 2. Yeah, Probably.
Matt Damon's in Avatar
Studios
2.
as the next movie to be released later on this year
Hey, you went
is
back
Moana
way
2,
too
which
far.
arrives in theaters on November 27th. And as
You
part
went
of this
back way
presentation,
too far.
we've got a brand new trailer for Moana 2. And this confirms that the sequel is actually set
Didn't you
3
watch
years after the events of
Way
the first movie that came out in 2016. And now Moana is actually got
Restart.
me to a point where I'm now 10. And this time around, it's got 9-inch nails in Brothers. Now, personally, I don't know if it's got much buzz or hype around it, but we'll see. It's coming out obviously just before Christmas of this year, and so that's going to be Disney's big release this holiday season, basically. And then next year, Christmas in 2025 for their big holiday release, then we've got Avatar 3, and James Cameron, the director of Avatar, did come to the stage and he said that the movie's name, the Avatar 3, is going to be titled Avatar Fire and Ash. And he added that it's going to be going to new cultures, new biomes, new settings within the world of Pandora that we've never seen before. And he did state that it's not what you've come to expect from Pandora, but it is what you'll want when it comes to the final product, when you actually do end up seeing it. And speaking of that, there was no footage shown, just some concept art for Fire and Ash. The footage wasn't ready to be shown yet. So that's everything in terms of Disney Animation, Pixar Animation, Walt Disney Studios. That was announced at D23 for the Entertainment Showcase. But now it's over to you, the Waltoneers. I would love to know, what are your thoughts and opinions on everything that was announced? What are you most...
So what do you think?
Yeah.
Well, stuff.
I still don't know much about hoppers, but
No.
The story behind it seems like it's too much for children, honestly. Like, too complicated.
Yeah.
Someone gets in a machine
Yeah,
and
I
puts their
don't know
mind into
about
an animal and then go befriends an animal kingdom
take
and then
over and befriend another.
and they got to go back to the original
retarded, really.
the human mare and save them.
Friends with it, and then she's not gonna want to do it like she's supposed to. You know, it's gonna.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Messages: animals are for our friends.
Still watch it though.
No, I think after the everything, I'm thinking for me personally, it's going to be incredible. I mean, you know, I wasn't
Seen any Marvel stuff?
a fan of
Barely do Star Wars.
Oh, I kicked him out on accident.
Be gone.
So. He'll come back in. But I mean, incredible. I don't care about Zootopia. I don't care about Snow White. I don't care about the Monster Truck one. Might be pretty cool.
The which one?
Hello there.
Hello. I just thought I'd let you guys have a little alone time.
Some alone time.
Thanks.
Ooh. Put on some Barry White.
Darling.
Well, I had figured you guys always do it. I get a chance to do it.
Right.
Now you're frozen.
You guys get all of
So did see Frozen? I don't give a shit about Frozen 3 and 4 either.
I don't. I needed another one. The second one was okay, but it didn't scream, "Hey, make a third one."
No, but when it makes $1 billion, they make it's time for a sequel or a prequel.
You're right. It's just like the Mufasa thing. Like the
That's
guy
why
said,
the
like,
Lion King made one because it got $1 billion.
yep, like nobody asked for it, but it doesn't matter.
Yep. I mean, that means they're going to be an Inside Out 3. That means if there's going to be.
Well, no, there's in between 1 and 2, and then they're going to do in
No,
between.
that one thing will be, but the other thing will be they're going to make a 3 because it already made $1 billion.
Oh, oh.
I don't know.
I'm definitely not excited for Tron. I do not like Tron. So over it. They just need to let it die.
Who?
Tron. Disney keeps trying to keep it alive, and like nobody cares, man. If they did, a legacy would have been good, but no, they just let it go.
It was cool back in the day when.
Sure.
But they waited too long to make the second one.
I agree.
That's what it was too, for sure.
Yeah, because I remember thinking as a kid, "Wow, this is pretty high tech," or you think it is, you know, and because it was the way it was. But and then they just waited too long.
Oh yeah, and they just keep doing it.
Too long.
And now they got 9 Inch Nails making the music, so maybe they will get some younger people and some of the old fans back in there.
9 Inch Nails. It's Trent Reznor.
Yeah. It's only 9 Inch Nails when they're live, when they're on tour.
Got it.
Because he has a band with him. He plays with him. Which used to be Filter.
Oh.
Is
Back
this
in the
even
day.
real?
Yeah.
Filter. Other than that, I'm not really excited for anything. I'll end up seeing a lot of it, but I'm not excited for it.
I don't know if this is real or not.
It's real.
Oh, no, it's not.
Only if you believe it is.
Yeah.
No, because
Can
I
you
mean,
touch it, feel it, see it.
I'm watching
It's real.
It's a thing about lanterns, and they're
Is there a
talking about
green?
but they're showing footage of Ryan Reynolds. But
Oh,
it's a new
yeah, that's
series coming up, and I don't know
I don't-
if that's true or not.
I don't think he'd go a cameo that.
Oh,
Unless it was Deadpool in the Green Lantern suit. Yeah. You're good enough.
oh, did you see the trailer for the new Megan Fox movie?
No.
Ninja Turtles 3?
No, she's a robot.
She's a robot?
Uh-huh.
Megan 2?
She's
robot.
It's pretty good. I don't know about the story, but
Oh.
but
Oh, yeah? Is it
yeah, we'll
for
watch
all?
it.
Is it
You're
a
right,
normal horror movie or is it
horror
a.
movie.
Oh,
It's a horror movie.
okay. So it's not a lock your door type of movie. Make sure nobody walks in on you type of
Oh
movie.
well, you probably should lock your door with that. Anyway.
Megan Fox. Says.
All right. There's something about
Man.
I was
Come on.
I was watching it. I ran into it yesterday. Okay. You ready?
Bring on the Fox.
Bring on the Fox. What Megan, that is.
Oh shit. Subservient.
Daddy, look how real they are.
Theories. The most sophisticated AI on the planet.
Daddy, can we get her, please?
Think about your family, about Maggie. I'm sorry. This is the world now.
What have you done to my heart?
Should I prepare dinner?
Not the same as Mom.
You smiled and my heart.
Suffering is not productive, Nick. I can help you.
It seems to have quite its own design.
I have a life.
What have you done?
With your medication, it would be quite easy to lose consciousness and slip under the water. Imagine how upset Nick would be if you die.
What's wrong?
She won't live long, Nick, but I figured out a solution. You do so much for everyone. Let me do this for you.
We let these take over the world, but we didn't stop it. The things we've been doing, we can't do it anymore.
I can't let that happen.
No one can find out about this.
Maybe if I had your heart, you would love me the way he loves you.
Pretty crazy.
That's funny. There's a horror movie called Megan as a girl robot, so that's funny.
Right, but it's a little different, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah. It's the fact that Megan Fox is playing a robot now. That's just the funny part about it. But it does look pretty thrilling.
Yep. You gotta close your eyes during certain scenes.
Yep. The car looked really cool that was driving.
There was
Yeah,
a
'cause
car.
we were looking at the car.
Yeah, it was an Oldsmobile.
That's what I was looking
In black, dark blue, purple. I don't fucking know, but it was during nighttime.
There was a car in this movie.
Yeah, I was I didn't.
Somewhere in
What
there.
color was her handkerchief?
She was wearing a handkerchief? After the trench coat kind of lost focus.
No, it doesn't look like a horrible movie. I don't know if this is real. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie trailer.
Yeah, that's the movie. Okay,
They showed the trailer.
I didn't see it.
I think there was a movie. What would I know?
Or is this part of Ahsoka?
Oh. Oh, yeah. Danny, there's something behind you. Don't move so fast.
Is it a cat?
I think it's a cat. Oh my god, there it is. It's behind your head.
Hey, what happened to the bar we had with your dresser earlier?
What? Oh.
There it goes.
Good to hear you, buddy. Wow.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. So Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau came to D23 with the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. They said they've been filming for a couple weeks. They had enough footage to put together an actual trailer. I had to travel the last couple of days, so of course I got super sick. So that's why it sounds like Grogu is force choking me while I'm doing the breakdown for his movie trailer. There are a couple big surprises, couple returning characters, and I know there are a lot of questions about what's going on with Ahsoka Season 2, what's happening with the Thrawn movie, like how does this all feed into that stuff? So we'll break it all down, just starting with the beginning of the trailer footage. So about the first 30 seconds of the trailer is just a recap of Mando and Grogu's relationship since The Mandalorian Season 1. If you remember the trailers for Mandalorian Season 2 and then the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer, it kind of played like that with a bit of a recap at the beginning of the trailers.
Pull my finger.
This is the one that you saved? You are as its father.
We see their first meeting. We get that same voiceover from the armor saying, "You are a clan of two." We get a little footage right before he actually met Bo-Katan and her Night Owls. They're kind of intercutting footage from Season 1 and Season 2, like them drinking the soup together with him not taking his helmet off. I know there are a lot of questions about that. Like, he went through so much trouble to bathe in the waters of Mandalore. Is he going to take his helmet off during the actual movie? My assumption there is that if he does take his helmet off in the movie, it'll be a flashback. Like in present day, he will keep his helmet on just because he went through so much trouble to put it back on. We get a little more voiceover from him saying, "This youngling is my apprentice." This is a scene from season 3 with him pointing at the Mandalore planet. More scenes from season 1 where he sort of explains who he is, what he does. "I'm a bounty hunter." He says, "Now that he's with me, I'll be more selective about the assignments that I take." Then we actually start to get the brand new Mandalorian and Grogu movie trailer footage, the assignment that he's being more selective about, which they basically teed up at the end of season 3. They imply during the trailer footage when the movie picks up, he's gone back to regular bounty hunting work like he did during The Mandalorian season 1. Then most of the footage that we see with him on a planet is actually on an ice planet. Now, a lot of people were quoting this as Hoth, but it could be any ice planet.
I'm a rusty old boat hitch, and I am barely hanging on. See ya.
You said you're pushing it and it's in the wrong.
Not clear why he's busting into the demonstrators being protected by snow troopers. Big first for the Mandalorian series. We haven't seen snow troopers on the series before. No sign of Grogu in this scene, but he takes them out easily. Then real big surprise, the Razor Crest is back and Zeb is flying it. So we saw Zeb during the Mandalorian season 3. We knew he was a character inside the universe still.
They can't ignore me face to face.
I like your attitude. Good luck.
Most people remember him from Star Wars Rebels. He didn't appear during the Ahsoka series, even though that was kind of like Ahsoka season 5. Currently, he's been acting as a pilot with the New Republic, flying with Carson Teva. And remember, this is inside the cockpit of the Razor Crest. So my guess is that Zeb is dropping them off on this ice planet for whatever mission that he's on in the rest of the trailer. Notice that Grogu isn't in a pouch. He's just hanging on to Mando's pauldron there on his shoulder. My guess is they just rebuilt the Razor Crest at some point, or Mando rebuilt it somewhere. Maybe that's what he's been doing on Navarro in that new house of his. Like he's just been spending all that time since the end of season 3 rebuilding the Razor Crest. Then after Zeb wishes them good luck, we see the interior of this Imperial facility on the ice planet with all the snow troopers getting ready to fight them. Mando walking down the hallway, Grogu taking one of the shafts in just because he's so tiny. Early prediction, Grogu sneaks in one of these tiny tunnels and then helps open a door for Mando to walk in. Then we actually get an Imperial mouse droid, and we actually go to its perspective, like the perspective of the mouse droid, as Mando is fighting all these different snow troopers in the hallways here. It's actually pretty cool visualization. Basically, he's wrecking all of them, as you would expect. Then we get a funnier scene of Mando and Grogu breaking out of that Imperial facility on the ice planet using an AT-RT, that's like a little personal walker where they're sitting on the back here, running into a bunch of full-size AT-AT walkers. Grogu's probably having the time of his life here. They flashed the title card. This will probably change. This is probably just a temporary title card. And the trailer even has its own little post-credit scene with Grogu and a couple of the Anzellans from The Mandalorian Season 3 on their ship. It looks hilarious just because he's about the right size for the two of them in their tiny little ship. Notice the smile on his face like he is having the time of his life. Apparently, it's sometime after the end of Season 3, he and the Anzellans made nice. Like he isn't trying to squeeze him at every left turn now. My assumption here is that Grogu is trying to help Mando, and that's why he's getting the Anzellans' help. Like, you don't see Mando anywhere near here. And a real big reminder that the movie's coming out May 2026. So, like, the big deal at the panel that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau were talking about is that this is like the grand return of Star Wars to movie theaters. They didn't really say anything about the Thrawn movie because that's meant to be like a completely separate thing. I think the whole thing is because they're trying to reinvigorate Star Wars inside movie theaters, like get asses in seats. What they'll probably do is they'll just do another Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Like they'll just keep doing Mandalorian and Grogu movies as long as they're successful. Dave Filoni is supposed to be directing the Thrawn movie. Originally, I would have said that would have been like the second movie in this Mandalorian and Grogu trilogy. Like they'll just turn it into its own little trilogy in this part of the timeline. But we're not supposed to see the Thrawn movie till after Ahsoka Season 2. And the Thrawn movie was when they said that everybody in this part of the timeline would cross over, like the Ahsoka characters with the Mandalorian characters, the Skeleton Crew characters. I haven't done a trailer video for that yet, but there's a Skeleton Crew trailer with Jude Law, who plays a Jedi character. It's meant to be very Spielbergian in a completely different part of the galaxy, but during this part of the timeline. So eventually it will cross over with the Mandalorian. They're also supposed to be shooting Ahsoka Season 2 later this year. There's been all kinds of reports about what they're actually doing. So remember, Ahsoka is stuck on the other planet in the other galaxy. The current report right now is that they're going to recast Baylan Skoll because Ray Stevenson passed away, RIP. Apparently, his arc was going to be really important for the overall story leading up to the Thrawn movie. It wasn't just a small side story they could forget about. And apparently, it does involve him making it to Mortis, and the overall threat there will involve the mother somehow, Abeloth. So, for those of you that were thinking that Abeloth was going to be the villain of season 2, it sounds like that's going to be the case. This would involve Dave Filoni bringing another Legends character into main canon again, just like the Thrawn character. Dave Filoni is famous for doing stuff like that. Thrawn is just like the biggest example of that. The whole story of her character is that she was a human woman who lived on Mortis with the Mortis gods and cared for the son and daughter like their mother. That's why she was called the mother. But unlike them, she wasn't immortal, so she started to grow old. She wanted to stay with them. So one day, trying to achieve the same immortality that they had, she drank from a place called the Font of Power and bathed in a place called the Pool of Knowledge. Those were a nexus of dark side force energy and light side force energy that also gives you knowledge of all things from the past and the future. So you basically get the entire timeline downloaded into your mind. It's a little bit like you turning into Bran from Game of Thrones. That process wound up driving her mad. She evolved into this twisted, immortal, and very powerful entity called Abeloth. She wound up being the villain of a bunch of Fate of the Jedi Legends books.
Spectre Mobile's new deal is so good, it's a work of art.
Love the minimalism.
Unlimited mobile for $25 per line.
Those were all the books involving Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy, his son Ben Skywalker with Mara Jade, the Solo twins, all the original Legends main characters. So just like Dave Filoni has done with the series in the past, when he canonizes a Legends character or re-canonizes a Legends character, typically he just grabs the character and doesn't do everything associated with the character. They already canonized a lot of the Mortis stuff from Clone Wars, so Abeloth is just like the Legends thing that they're throwing on top of that. It was kind of the same situation when he re-canonized Thrawn. Like first he just did Thrawn and a little bit of his Legends backstory, and then like slowly started to introduce more bits of his Legends backstory. But for the most part, all the Thrawn stuff that he did during Rebels and in present day now is brand new stuff. There's a pretty good chance that they can get Ahsoka season 2 out by the end of 2025, because I think they want at least 2 Star Wars series next year, Andor season 2 being the other one. There was actually a trailer for that at D23. I'll try to do a video for it if I do have time. If you couldn't tell, I'm super sick right now. I had to travel like the last couple days, so of course I'm super sick. But because the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is coming out May 2026, I think the idea is that they want Ahsoka season 2 to happen right before that, which is why I'm not expecting Ahsoka to appear during the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Maybe some of the Ahsoka characters that are inside the main galaxy, but not Ahsoka herself. But those of you asking, I do think that Hayden Christensen is supposed to come back during Ahsoka season 2. The way they teed him up at the end of season 1, like, oh yeah, Force Ghost Anakin in present day, probably going to come back and talk to Ahsoka as a Force Ghost at some point. The other funny thing that Rosario Dawson said in real life when she was asked about Hayden Christensen coming back, like they've been doing a lot of Comic-Con panels together at different conventions recently. She said on her ship, she has a bunch more of those holo discs with recordings of Anakin back during the Clone Wars when she was younger, giving her lessons. So we'll probably get at least one more of those types of Anakin cameos during season 2. So like a couple different ways that they cameo him as a Force Ghost in present day, recordings of him in the past. And I do think that he will be a bigger part of this whole plot that's going on with the Mortis gods. I've already talked about my theory that he's sort of replacing the role of the Mortis gods. Like Anakin is becoming a god in the Force, so to speak. We got into this during my Ahsoka season 2 episode videos, but if you didn't watch the original Clone Wars, Star Wars episodes, the Mortis gods basically told him this was his eventual destiny, was to become like them.
I am dying, and you must replace me.
So basically, Dave Filoni, way back then, was calling his shot Babe Ruth style that Anakin would eventually become a god in the Force. Because they're not going to start shooting season 2 till later this year at least, I don't expect to see any kind of Ahsoka season 2 teaser footage or anything like that till around the time Andor season 2 premieres next year. If there was any other Easter eggs or references that you spotted in that Mandalorian and Grogu movie trailer that I didn't talk about in the video, just write them below in the comments. There are a bunch of other D23 trailers that I have footage for. I'll try to work through all those videos as fast as possible as my voice starts.
Ooh. You want to see that one? Daredevil Born Again trailer?
No. I didn't know it was out.
I don't know either.
Let's watch it.
Sure.
Let's watch it.
All right, let's check it out. Oh. Damn it. Damn it all to hell.
Damn
The
it.
series March 2025. Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel just dropped a brand new trailer for Daredevil Born Again and a bunch of other trailers, too. I have footage for everything, so I will try to do videos for
Maybe they
all the
only
trailers
did it
Marvel just dumped.
there.
As you can see, they say the series is dropping March 2025, so we won't have to wait that long. They'll probably drop a nice shiny version of the trailer later this year when Agatha comes out. This is kind of like the janky potato quality version of the trailer, but it's still good enough. We get a pretty good idea of what's going on during the series. And if it wasn't clear, everything from before during the Marvel Netflix era is still canon. That's actually a change that they made when they sort of rebooted the show. Like they rebooted the reboot. The actual story is a combination of Devil's Reign in the comics when Kingpin becomes mayor and the Muse arc, who's a much more recent villain. As you can see in the trailer, there's like a really cool meeting in the diner between Kingpin and Daredevil, and they're trying to agree to disagree about how to deal with the Muse character, essentially. Even though Kingpin is always going to be Daredevil's biggest, part of the idea, I think, is that they're forced to work together to deal with Muse during the season, because now that Kingpin is becoming mayor, he's working above board, but still doing all these shady things. So even though he's trying to cloak himself in righteousness, like, look at me, I'm going to fix New York City, all these problems, all these vigilantes we're going to get rid of, Daredevil can't go after him the same way, like he's forced to actually have to work with him. There are a couple very notable characters that you recognize during this, like Punisher is back, John Bernthal is back as Punisher. I know people will be confused, like, why is he attacking Matt, and why does Matt have to remind him that he is Matt Murdock? Like, it's Matt Murdock, don't attack me. Do you want to put the hatchet down? What's going on here? It would not be Punisher if you found him after all of these years we haven't seen him and he's just completely unhinged. Just starting at the beginning of the Twitter footage, you see Matt Murdock as lawyer going to prison to meet with the Hector Ayala version of White Tiger, like the original version of White Tiger. He tells him people have gone missing. All of a sudden, nobody seems to care. The city needs a hero. And then they show you flashbacks of how he wound up in prison. Like he gets involved in this altercation in the subway. It looks like he kills some mugger here that's trying to steal from someone. When he says someone has to protect the streets, the person flipping the knife seems like the Muse character. He says someone has to protect the streets out there. Like, obviously, he's talking about there being a need for the Daredevil character without saying in so many words. Like, he doesn't know that Matt Murdock is the Daredevil. So Daredevil is sitting there just kind of chuckling to himself like, aha, yes, the city does need a protector. Needs someone like me. When he says people are going missing, the mural on the wall here is actually right out of the Muse comic. Muse draws it, and he actually hates Kingpin. So part of the idea is that even though Muse is the villain, he also hates Kingpin. That sort of feeds into the idea that Kingpin wants to get rid of quote-unquote dangerous vigilantes and is forced to work with Matt Murdock, lawyer, but also knows that he is Daredevil and wants to get rid of him as Daredevil as well too. Kingpin trying to use this as an excuse to get rid of all the vigilantes in New York City, which includes people like Spider-Man. Then they cut in footage from a completely different scene of a bank robbery with Matt Murdock there. We actually see Kamala Khan's father working at the bank. So this is a bit of a crossover with the Miss Marvel series here. People wondering what's going on here. I'm assuming that he just works inside the city at this bank. Like Daredevil has not gone to Jersey City where Kamala Khan lives. It's that he's somewhere in this bank in New York City and Kamala Khan's father just happens to work here. Love the fact that the villain who's robbing the bank here has the red hood. Very ironic. Then you see White Tiger putting on his suit, talking about the calling that he feels as a superhero, as a vigilante. Like it's more than just wearing the suit. It's all about this grand idea, sort of the higher meaning, the higher calling that he feels to be a vigilante protecting the streets. This necklace that he wears is also right out of the comics too. But you can kind of see, because this is Daredevil, they're kind of going with the vibe of the original series. People's costumes tend to look a little more real world. Then Daredevil senses Kingpin walking down the stairs here. Like you can see him using his Daredevil sense. There's a quick montage of a couple images, and this mural here is by the Muse character. They just start teasing the actual villain of the series. Notice the crown on his mural here. This is meant to be a drawing of Kingpin, so to speak. This is just the teaser that he's slowly going after a Kingpin. Then they have that funny moment where he says, you don't realize people need a hero, and he just kind of chuckles to himself because Daredevil is a hero. It's just that White Tiger doesn't know that he's Daredevil. Then we get another new version of the Marvel Television logo. So I talked about this in some of my previous series. There have been a couple series so far where they...
Cool.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find. There's an actual trailer that was leaked. I think it's this one. This might be it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please like, follow, and subscribe. Tell your friends.
It's calling. People need a hero. The one missing. You don't think you understand. New York is what it's always been. Not for blood. Versus Goliath. Am I ready to hatch it down? The entire system against you. Mr. Murdoch, no further comment at this stage. It's often David.
Ooh.
Sometimes peace needs to be broken. This can't go unchecked. Let's see, we really do understand each other. So if you step out of line, I am gonna be there.
He looks great. It kind of looks like the Rock's.
I don't know. That's cool.
So that looks cool. I mean, I don't mind that.
I like Daredevil.
I did. I like the Netflix one for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know they didn't put what's the two people that were in the first in the Netflix ones. They're not in this.
His friend was in a scene, but he had short hair. But it was just like one clip, like maybe it was a flashback or something. But yeah, the girl.
Yeah, the guy and the girl, they're supposed to be his partners, and they're not even in there.
Yeah.
So that makes no sense. But it looks cool. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But
for sure.
All right. So what's the plan for next week? Firefly.
Firefly 2 episodes, 3 and 4.
And then what else? Do you want to try something else or what? Have you checked out The Expanse?
Not yet, no.
Have you haven't seen that either? You should watch The Expanse. Watch one episode of The Expanse. It's on Prime.
Prime.
All right, that's not too bad.
I think it's on Prime. Yeah, it's on Prime. It's also a space movie, just so you know.
Okay.
From what I heard, it's supposed to be, as far as like space goes, it's pretty accurate. How things would fly in space and how things happen in space. It's pretty cool. You gotta remember, there's 3. I'll give you a premise. You can watch trailers too. There's 3 factions: Earth, Mars, and then the asteroids. Right, the belt. They call them belters, and they're all pulling for, supplies and this and that, and it's pretty crazy. And they're all like in between war, so it's It's kind of crazy to watch. You're gonna recognize a couple people in there as well. So, but I would definitely give it. I watched it. I thought Kurt's the one who turned me onto it, but I'm not.
Now, how old of a movie is this?
It's a TV show.
Or TV show? Like,
well, it ran for what, 3 seasons, 3 or 4, and then got canceled. And then Prime picked it up and did another 2, I think it was. So, and they're based off books. So, I mean, they stopped, but the books keep going. Unfortunately, it just didn't keep going. But
all right, yeah, I'll
but
check
it's
it out.
cool. I mean, I liked it. It definitely gets like, wow, okay, this should get serious. So,
yeah,
you can watch The Expanse, and I know they're both 2 space stuff, but one's newer, one's older.
What abs?
But yeah. But other than that, what do you got going on this week, Christopher?
Nothing. Literally nothing. Or I'm sorry. I think we're supposed to go do something on the weekend, but I can't remember what it is. So I'll just stick with nothing.
Okay. Kurt?
We get a new washer and dryer tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah, we haven't had a washer and dryer for
no gigs coming up?
Huh? No, I think the end of the month. I think we have a one at the El Dorado Hills end of the month, but I'm not sure.
Right on. Right on, right on, right on.
Right on.
So on, what's today?
Sunday.
On Wednesday, I'm interviewing the drummer from Europe because Stefano Countdown. He's in Sweden. It's like 7 hours ahead. I have to do it at like 9:30 in the morning. So, whatever. So, but yeah, I interview him. I got a couple other ones to reach out, and then, but yeah, that's fine. I can't remember what else I got going on this week. I got dialysis. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Don't miss it. Yeah, that's it for me. So,
all right,
all right, kids. So, until next week.
Tune in next time.
Peace. Same time, same 20 minutes later.
Better late than never. Better late than never.